Do you and your dad talk about politics? Did you talk?
Yeah,
about
we do, but it always goes off the rails a little bit. I mean, when I interviewed Trump, I FaceTime my dad. I told him, like, my dad fucking hates you. And I put, FaceTime, my dad clammed up.
But, of course. That's nice to meet you.
Yeah, he
Mr.
was
President.
caught off guard.
Which is understandable.
Yeah, and I will give my dad a degree of credit, which was surprising to me. So after he won, at least my dad said, you know what, I hope I'm wrong, and I hope he's a good president. And that's all you want. I said it before the election, too. It's like, I'm voting Trump. If Kamala wins, I hope she's fucking awesome. Yeah. Like, it's like if you root for a team that you think stinks and's bad, you should be pleasantly surprised if they're, like, good. You'd be like, yes, that's my team. So that I hate. Like, we're all one country, and Trump won, and you should want him to do well. So we'll see if people stick by that. I was proud of my dad. I didn't think he'd be able to do that. I mean, the thing with this election that really drove me nuts was the Biden, that they didn't have a primary. That was like the nail in the coffin for me.
That was it.
That really, well, I don't know what it would have been. It would have been either way, because I knew Biden he wasn't mentally fit to be running. That was obvious, so they're lying about that. And then the fact they didn't have an open primary, to me, was brutal. So that really, and all the other issues. So they kind of added up, but that was the one that really bothered me the most, probably.
I interviewed Biden right after he took office in 2021, I guess, March or April, and on SportsCenter. And I, of course, couldn't be live. I had to tape it.
Right.
The email chain leading up to that, especially there.
Yep.
And I'll say this, like, I didn't vote for the man, never would. The human part of me was like, this is sad. Because even in March, April 2021, before we started recording, the conversation I just tried to have with him, chit-chat before they can roll the tape, right?
Yep.
He wasn't finishing his sentences. Like,
yeah, and you had
obvious that something wasn't right. And so to me, I've been preaching this for almost 4 years. Like, shame on your wife. Like, what are we doing to this man, like him or not politically, where he obviously does not have all of his faculties, and he's kind of suffering, and we've allowed it.
Yeah,
so that,
and they lied. They lied to your face. So, like, it's like, oh, the videos are edited of him, like, losing where he's on stage, and it's not. And then suddenly it all turns, and it didn't make any sense. Her answers, it's like, I worked hand in hand, last person in the room. It's like, well, then you've been lying the whole time. So all that really bothered me, because again, I would be somebody who potentially, if I liked a candidate on the Democratic side, I could vote Democrat. They don't even give you the chance. So that really, the whole thing bothered me.
What are you registered as?
Independent.
Independent, for sure. So that, and I love that, right? I think more and more people try to be, and look at just the issues. The left focused to me just on the one issue, and literally was just abortion.
Yeah.
And I'm blown away by that. But then again, if I am honest about it, probably not, because what else could they put up there and say, look,
right,
this is what we did?
Well, and it's just like common sense. She kept saying she was very involved in every decision and last person in the room and all these things. And then her campaign was like, turn the page, new start, which is fine. But she couldn't even answer the question how she was different when everyone knew the question was coming. That, to me, is where are her? I would have locked every person I have in a room, be like, until we have an answer to this, you're not leaving, because everyone's asking. People who like you, like your allies, are asking, and they're stumping you. So, and she never got a vote. She ran for president. She didn't get a vote. And then they prop her out without needing the vote. And what happened. The Democrats really have nobody to blame but themselves. I don't know that they would have won, like, the border, everything, but it was a horrible candidate. I said that multiple. I think it's one of the worst candidates ever to run for president. Like, even if you didn't like Trump, he won the primary. He's who the Republicans wanted to represent them. You can't say that for the Democrats.